Hi there! This is in review of November the 19th, and you may enjoy to view these as paintings. The knowledge of nature is strangely colorless, yet intense. It grips like a tidal wave. The old books describe the knowledge of nature as strangely colorless. What do they mean by that? Where gods appear in flashes of blinding light? Where hell yawns open with flames and sparks? How is it that the knowledge of nature, supreme above all, is strangely colorless? The description of colorless is a reference to the fact that it is beyond all descriptions. When you experience it, you will recognize that you are in the grip of something so right that it will be impossible to conceptualize or to reproduce it. In fact, the more that you try to pin it down, the more elusive it will become. It is a paradox that something colorless can be so intense, gripping, and unforgettable. Have you ever enjoyed playing a competitive sport like, say, football? Have you ever felt that sweet spot when everything felt right without even trying? When you were in the grip of that momentum? Did you say to yourself, don't do anything to break this, don't say anything, don't ruin it? That feeling is a little of what the knowledge of nature is like. If you tried to break down what was happening to you, you couldn't. If you tried to reproduce it later in another game, you couldn't. If you tried to master it, like take credit for it or explain what happened, you couldn't. Later, in private, when you reflect back, you would realize that the experience you felt was strong enough to move others, to sweep all before it, to hold you in intensity. What you felt was the knowledge of nature. So that was the first half of November the 19th, and this is the second. Lines on the face, tattoos of aging. Life is proved upon the body like needle jabs from a blind machine. The older one gets, the more one is conscious of aging. We can barely remember childhood innocence and exuberance. We are surprised by the youthful vitality and unmarked face when we see earlier photos of ourselves. When we look in the mirror, we reluctantly acknowledge the aging mask. It seems that there is no escaping the mask of life. Every experience that we have, everything we do and think, is registered upon us as surely and steadily as the embroidery of a tattoo artist. But to a large degree, the pattern and picture that will emerge is up to us. If we go to a tattoo artist, it is we who selects the picture. In fact, it is we who selects what we will become by our actions that we perform. There is no reason to go through life thoughtlessly, to let accidents shape us. That is like allowing oneself to be tattooed by a blind man. How can you help but turn out old and ugly? Whether we emerge beautifully or ugly, it is our sole responsibility, and it is up to us. Bye, see you next time.